Today in the workshop we have a Mark II Audi TT where the driver's window is stuck open. So the first thing we need to do is get off that door card and take a look. Using a small pick or a plastic trim tool, you can remove this small piece of panelling that's right next to the door handle. Doing this is going to reveal a hidden Torx 25 bolt. There's two of these hidden bolts, one there and one just below the door handle. Just in there. There's only two of these bolts holding the door panel on. And when you take them off, just be careful you don't lose them inside the door. When those two bolts are out, you'll be able to pull the door card away from the door. But be careful because these are held on with little clips and you can damage them. When the clips are free, you'll have to unhook it from the top, so you have to lift it upwards and then pull out. From here you'll be able to undo the interior driver's door handle. There's a little clip so you can release the cable and then unhook it from the mechanism. Then all of the door card electrics is conveniently placed in this one multi-plug. So undoing this one multi-plug will undo all of the electrics on the door panel and you can take it away. These plastic covers are only push on, but they can be quite tight if they haven't been off in a while. So you can pull off the rubber bungs and then work your way around. Be careful not to break anything because it is still plastic. You might be able to do this by hand, but sometimes it makes it easier if you use a plastic trim tool to help everything off. Remove all the rubber grommets and then remove the speaker. There's only 4 screws holding this on, and when it's removed you'll be able to see the base of the other side of the window. With the speaker out of the way, we can see part of the exposed cable, and you can see how the metal cable has started to fray, and this is quite a common thing. It happens to a lot of these old window regs. These fray and then they jam up in the mechanism, so it stops them from moving. So nothing we can do, we have to replace it. I'm cutting this cable so I can move the window slightly so I can get at the bolts to release the window glass. But first of all I'm going to have to remove the motor. So again, these are 3 bolts just holding this on and it bolts directly through to the other side of the window reg. There's clips on the window reg side that hold it to the door, so you're going to have to push these in order to release them. The window glass clamp closest to the door is a Torx 30, so you need to undo this as much as you can, and the one furthest away is a standard 13mm head bolt. You need to fully remove this so that you can unclip it and then remove the window glass. Removing the glass can be a fiddly process, but just be careful because you don't want to damage it. Now that the window glass is out of the way, we can start removing the window regulator. The post of the regulator that's closest to the body of the car is held on with 2 10mm, one at the top and one at the bottom. The other side is held on with 2 13 bolts, one at the top and one at the bottom. When these are removed, you'll be able to, again, it's a fiddly process, but you'll be able to remove it. Then it's just a case of refitting with a new part. Make sure before you fit you compare it to the old part so that you don't accidentally fit an incorrect item. First you want to just nip up all of the bolts just to make sure that it's correctly fitted and then final tighten. You can refit the original window motor, but be careful not to damage the splines when you slot it into the new regulator. It's a good idea to test it out first before fitting the glass to make sure that everything's okay, and you can position the window reg in a place where you can refit the glass more easily. Gently position the window into the clamps and also make sure that the window is running inside the runners inside the door. And when you're happy, you want to try the window, make sure that it goes all the way up and all the way down without snagging on anything. Remember, you're listening for any unusual noises or slow spots just to make sure that everything's fine. When you're happy, you can double check certain bolts just to make sure everything's tight and you can start your reassembly. Everything should go back on in the reverse order which it came off, and this can be done a little bit more easily if you lay everything out when you take it off the first time. Make sure you remove any of these clips from the door that ended up getting stuck there when you first took off the door card, refit them to the door panel before pressing it back on. Remember to reconnect the interior door handle and the wiring loom on the inside of the door panel. Remember, the door card slots onto the top of the door first and then presses into the clips. Make sure you're correctly lined up and then give it a light tap just to make sure that the clips are popped all the way in, and then reconnect those 2 Torx 25s and that last panel. Then you're all done. And that's it for this video guys. I hope this has helped you. If it has, please give us a like and leave a comment down below, and as always if you want to see more, click here.